Hi, I'm Jude. Welcome to a singles love reading for Valentine's Day. And this is just a little group of questions that we're going to ask. And your part in this is to choose which deck you felt drawn to. And then I'm going to read from each deck and with the same questions. So we've got the amethyst, we've got the apple, and we've got the turquoise. And the questions are really simple and straightforward. It's, are you ready for love? Is love coming on in? And what's the likely outcome of that? So let's get underway and have a look. So for the first group, the turquoise, are you ready for love? King of Wands. I suspect so. All right, thank you. Card 2, the Eight of Pentacles. And the likely outcome. I'm just going to have a look at that. Thank you. Oh, okay. Under the deck. Oh my gosh, what a love reading this is. Under the deck, the Queen of Wands. Now I'm oohing and ahhing about that because you've got the King. And when we have a King and a Queen in the same suit, it's a pair. It doesn't have to be gender specific. It can be any mix and match of genders, but it's a pair. So the first question was, are you ready for love? The King of Wands is a very evolved, masterful energy. It's a yes. And the King of Wands is loving and energetically so, passionately so. It's fire energy, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. And it's, good to go. According to these cards, is love coming in? Well, the Eight of Pentacles suggests there's a little bit of work to be done. A little bit of getting on with the routine and the practical aspects. Is there something you need to do on a practical level to prepare? I feel like you've been doing that for a while. The Eight of Pentacles is also that energy of, I keep working on this, but maybe there hasn't yet been a shift. I will clarify that, because I want to ask, what does that mean? Is there something else you need to do? Because it's suggesting there's some practical aspects to be taken care of. So is love arriving? Please clarify the Eight of Pentacles. The Magician. Okay. Work on your manifesting. The Magician is about when we manifest and we get that clarity on what we want and we take the inspired action. We have the potential, the possibility of bringing things into our lives. So the King of Wands is that inspired action. So you need to get clear on what it is you actually want to create here. And the likely outcome is beautiful. It's the Knight of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. Now the Knight of Pentacles says be patient. You've done the groundwork. You've prepared. And my sense is you have with that Eight of Pentacles. You've been putting in the work. You've been doing what you need to do. And the Ten of Cups is the happy ever after, beautiful emotional fulfillment couple card you can see. So it's like wait for the and I want to say the right situation to come, because it's coming according to these cards, but you have to be patient and you have to wait. You do the prep, do the groundwork, then wait, is what the cards would say. Remember, you have free will. You choose what you do. This is just a moment in time and things change. But at this moment in time, that's what it's suggesting. It's there. You've just got to do this bit and then wait. It's like going to a restaurant and putting in your order, then you wait. And there's an expectation that it arrives. That's what I can see in the cards there for group 1. All right, group 2, welcome to your singles love reading for Valentine's Day. All right, and we're going to ask, are you ready for love, as the first question, and then we're looking at, is love arriving, and then what's the likely outcome for that? So let's get underway for group 2. We've got the first question, are you ready for love? And now we're looking at, is love arriving? Is love arriving? Interesting. Well, that's a whole massive lot, so I'm going to pop them back because it's too many. And what's the likely outcome? Again, that's a whole lot. So it feels like you've got a lot happening, group 2, of the red apple. It feels like, yeah, there's a lot of things. Maybe there's a lot of options, but a lot of stuff happening. And it doesn't feel particularly clear. Okay, yeah, interesting. The moon. Okay, under the deck, we've got the 9 of Pentacles, which is great. This is a card, we won't look at the gender, male, female, doesn't matter. The energy of the 9 of Pentacles is you're independent, you're sovereign, you've got your ducks in a row, you listen to your intuition, you know you're very grounded, prepared, ready, you know, everything's in balance here, which is, yeah, a big tick to you. Are you ready for love? Well, yes, very clearly. Maybe a little bit sharp. The Queen of Swords can be a little bit cutting. But are you ready? Yes, there's a very clear, decisive yes. The Queen of Swords is very in her head. And again, I'm going to say don't look at the genders so much because these are general readings. It's not gender specific. The Queen of Swords is air energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. But the Queen of Swords is very clear thinking about what they want. And the great communication, which is backing up our 9 of Pentacles here. It's like, yes, you're razor sharp, clear, yes and no, decisive. You know exactly what you want. Is love arriving? The 5 of Cups is in reverse. Now, when the 5 of Cups is upright, it says your focus is on the loss of what's been, the emotional price you've paid, the emotional cost of what's happened. But because it's in reverse, it's suggesting there may have been some past emotional relationship issues to move through from a feeling perspective. Sometimes these cards together might talk about grief. So you may have grieved a past relationship. And I say that with a lot of love and a lot of respect, if that's the case, because it's tough energy, and I understand. But this is a card that reminds us there are 2 cups upright over here. And this character has spent time looking at the emotional loss. But when you're ready, you can see that there are still 2 cups together, upright, right there. And 2 cups in the tarot talks about a relationship. So it feels like, is love arriving? Yes, but it's like you've gone through a bit of a healing journey and a process emotionally. And it's about your emotional perspective when you're ready. Because I feel like you've done the practical parts of things. You've gotten on, you've very clear here, and you've moved through those energies. There may still be a little bit of emotional processing, but when you have, there is a relationship showing up here. And the likely outcome is the Moon card, which is Piscean energy. And the Moon card says that things rise, things come to the surface for us to see, things that we've previously not been aware of. So, it may just evolve into that. And there's a bit of a duality here as well about, part of us can be like the wolf that wants to run with the full moon, and part of us likes to be the domesticated inside dog that loves to sit by the fire. So there's a sort of a duality here of wolf dog energy, but that's just symbolic of things rising, coming up from our unconscious, our own inner deep psyche for us to see. And this, I feel, brings light to your emotional journey and readiness for a relationship. I just want to clarify with one more card for you, so bear with me. It's like you've got the practical stuff sorted and the mental stuff sorted. It's been quite an emotional journey to prepare yourself, and things have risen for you, I feel, maybe that you'd been unaware of in terms of relationships. So is there, and we can see that there is a relationship showing here when you're ready. Love is going to arrive, and it builds a whole new life for you, according to these cards. I'm loving seeing this come up. The Knight of Cups is the card of love, and a relationship comes on in, and this is very gentle and loving and kind. And the Three of Pentacles says there's unknown potential for it, but it's got huge possibility and worth. So yeah, what a bit of a journey you guys have been on, if this resonates, of getting your emotional energy in this place where you are ready to open up for it again emotionally. And it does ride on in with the Knight of Cups. Beautiful. Oh, and then I just saw the Ten of Cups and the Two of Cups. Oh my gosh. Isn't it funny? I bumped those cards. I was going to say, okay, that's all, folks. And then here we are. Oh my God, how beautiful. How beautiful, group 2 of the Apple people. That is happy ever after, Two of Cups. Yeah, beautiful for you. Wow. Oh my gosh. Oh, I feel all emotional. Okay, all right, moving on to group 3. Welcome, group 3. So this is a singles Valentine's Day reading for love. And we're going to just ask 3 little questions. Are you ready for love? Is love arriving? And what's the likely outcome? So let's have a look for group 3, the Amethyst. Oh, this is taking a little bit of time. Interesting. Okay. Are you ready for love? Is love arriving? And what's the likely outcome? Are you ready for love? Ooh. That's a yes. Okay. And the likely outcome. Wow. Okay. Giddy up. All right. Okay. All right. Well, here we go. So yours is a bit exciting. Underneath, we've got the Hermit, which is Virgo energy. This is very, you've been on a journey. You have contemplated your navel. You've meditated on this. You've gone inner. You've done the inner work. You've really walked alone for a little bit, I would say, with this Hermit card here. And yeah, you've kind of maybe even been in your cave a little bit, healing, regrouping, aligning, really getting into the truth of what it is you want. Now, are you ready? Yes, you are, according to these cards. The Page of Pentacles says you appreciate the value of what this were to add to your life, is what I'm seeing with that. And it does feel like that. It's you're not going to rush into anything here, although you've got a lot of fire energy showing up. So I do think it comes in a bit like a wildfire. But the Hermit is, you've taken your time, you've been in your cave, you've worked out what you want, what's your true north. You do want the value of what a relationship will add to your life, is what I'm seeing here. Is love arriving? Oh, yes, according to these cards, it's the King of Wands. This is very passionate fire energy. There's a lot of passion and energy, courage. It could be a fire sign person, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. You've also got Hermit, which is Virgo energy, and Pentacles, which is Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. But I always say don't get too attached to what star signs that might be, because, you know, we don't want to say, oh no, the tarot reading said it was an air sign or an earth sign or a water sign. No, because people have different moons, and maybe they've just got the characteristics of that, or, you know, so don't hook onto the signs is really what I want to say. Is love arriving? That's a big yes, according to these cards. And it's passionate and it's fiery and full of energy. The likely outcome is the Knight of Wands, which is moving forward with the passion, with the energy, maybe even shifting house, relocating. And again, it's fiery and it's fast and it's quick and it's like a wildfire. You've got two fire energies here that say this is like, whoa, comes on in. I just want to ask one more card. I can't help myself. One more card, please. Just with that Knight of Wands, because it's like, yeah, there's a lot of joy there. Interesting. Six of Cups. It may be someone from the past with the Six of Cups. This is a past relationship showing. Now, that doesn't mean that's who that is, but it might be. I wanted another little clue, and that might be what it's talking about. Or there's an aspect of the past here, but it feels beautiful. It feels like a very positive way. And there's definitely a fast pace to this, according to these cards. That's what I can see in that group of cards. I hope you have a fabulous Valentine's Day. Bye from me, and I'll see you again.